It's going to be a test. Either way, we're going to be live, and it's going to be on Nuke, which is an interesting map, and I would say one that Na'Vi kind of don't play that much.
Exactly. A very interesting map to be playing on. This is so weird. Okay, Mousesports going to be picking it up, but hey, that doesn't stop Guardian from lighting him up. He just barely manages to miss karrigan running through that smoke with 4 HP, though, so this could still get awkward. Karrigan leads the charge, and he's going to get gunned down.
Yeah. They're nice setup here with the flashbangs or the smoke as well. Not quite going to work out. zeus is going to be going down. It's down to Chris and allu here, 2 on 5. And allu is very low on health, so it looks like Na'Vi are about to have a pretty good start here on Nuke. Winning on the CT side definitely makes a big difference.
This is very odd right now, and allu playing the mind games. Manages to catch Edward peeking. chrisJ alive with the Tech 9. I love it. He's actually going for a Tech 9 in a pistol round. This is sick. Only problem is that the bomb is dropped in secret, and Guardian, he's currently got oversight on that. But it's a 2-on-2. Guardian's still pretty decent HP, but it looks like it's going to be the Tech 9 leading the charge here. Tech 9, surprise, surprise, and the instant headshot. chrisJ takes out Guardian, and now with 30 seconds left on the clock, Mousesports, they can decide to go upper here.
Not sure what this jittering is about with the player models, but starix is going to be alone here. He hasn't picked up a kit currently. He's got plenty of health, and he's got the body armor too. This would be such a sick comeback in a pistol round if Mousesports pulled this off. They were so far behind. Chris taking some damage. starix is trying to wrap around, but allu's actually taking the wrong run all the way back, and Chris doesn't even need it. allu would have been able to flank, and Chris is going to pick up the kill anyway with the Tech 9. And Mousesports, how the hell did they come out of that?
I love it. They came out because they got wrecked 9, bro. No. Maybe not, maybe not. But so chrisJ actually managing to make that pistol work. That is really sick.
allu found a triple kill. He was on like 6 health, and he still just killed a bunch of people. So very nicely handled.
And then double ump MP7, Tech 9, and an AK for Mousesports. Like this is such a weird buy.
It weirdly looks like they all have spin bot because they're all like, you know, wobbling around.
Yeah. I like this by zeus though, playing a bit of the JW here with the Swag 7. Swag 7 up close to Squeak, up close to Hut, and seized. He's still hunting. Not sure if he spotted out allu there. Have a close call, but LEGIJA is going to be stomping back through, and zeus could potentially catch him off guard. He did make some noise there, though, and zeus is going to get caught. LEGIJA finds the kill with that MP7, and zeus, in the meantime, does manage to bring it back and take out LEGIJA.
This is actually working out pretty well for Na'Vi. starix staying alive for a little bit longer here. zeus going to go to kill tabseN finally jumps down, but he's on 17 health. They've got the bomb plant, but Na'Vi might not be in such a bad position after all. tabseN taking a little bit more damage, and he's going to fall prey to zeus, so now that leaves allu. They do not have a kit, so they need to find him and kill him pretty quickly. They really can't afford to play this game, where one guy's in the back, and there it is. Guardian going to pick it up, and there is going to be enough time for the defuse, so pretty well played for Na'Vi here. That's a second round comeback for them.
Yeah, that's a huge round. I mean, the CT round, managing to actually pick up all those frags like that, it makes you wonder, you know, would Mousesports have found themselves in this situation if they'd gone with a few more rifles instead of, you know, going for the ump sort of style?
Yeah, I don't know. They did, I mean, zeus with that opening kill just puts a lot of pressure on the Mousesports team. Going to be 2 Tech 9s this time, Semler. They double up on it, and they buy armor and an AK as well. So no eco here. They did obviously put the bomb down, so maybe that's the big difference.
What's really interesting is that, I mean, you have to take the, well, nade, did that do damage? That actually clipped allu a little bit. allu looking for the flank, and allu not going to get it. Guardian is going to find that frag. zeus, however, spraying through. With the help of Edward, they're managing to put at least a little bit of pressure here on this A take.
Yeah, they're going to get the bomb down in B because they charged in through the vents. Edward realizes someone's up there and is going to take down karrigan. So bomb plan for Mousesports is pretty important. Again, this is all about the money for the terrorist side. They just need to have as many buy rounds as they can for this first half. LEGIJA already coming up behind him after putting down the bomb, which is definitely a very cool move. And he's going to get Edward. What a sick headshot, but he's going to go down on Guardian. Not quick enough to pick up that second one, so no problem defusing here. For the CT side, Mousesports doing some damage, but not quite enough.
Yeah, he had that. Of course, he has no way of knowing, right? But he was just a half a second too late. If he gets into those vents a half second earlier, he may get 2 kills with that CZ. Instead, he only gets the 1. Na'Vi being very careful there, actually, not letting Mousesports get to the flank going. But
they force up again.
Yeah, they force up again. What is going on? I mean, they're getting these plants, Mousesports, so they're getting that bonus money, and clearly for them, that's enough. They're willing to go for these buys.
This time they have 3 Tech 9s. 1 on Chris with the Scout, and then 2 on, well, allu and tabseN. So it's like they progressively buy in more and more Tech 9s. That's the plan. That's why they win. allu is going to go down outside. Guardian, just a little bit too powerful with the weaponry.
Ooh. little off there on the timing. It seems like he's picked it up. There you go. Spots out karrigan, goes for the flick. Not going to hit chrisJ. He gets tagged down instead. It's going to be Edward to pick up the slack there and catches Chris before he manages to make it past A main. Guardian will find another frag, though. And this is going to have to be where Mousesports, I mean, 1v4 at this point. LEGIJA with a nice little pop flash there, but it's not going to be good enough. zeus stops him. This is the point where Mousesports, they are going to have to eco. They're not going to get that plant. They're not going to have the bonus money. And despite losing so many rounds in a row, yeah, they're just not going to have the money to go for a buy here. LEGIJA, I'm surprised though. It's like LEGIJA is the rebel on this team at this point with like the CZ. He's actually kept the CZ instead of going for the Tech 9. Allu actually willing to invest a little bit in this round as well.
All right, so apparently the sound is just missing a little bit from this round, but it should be right back afterwards. And pretty luckily for us, it's an eco round coming out for Mousesports, so not such a big deal. 2 good kills coming in, actually, which is a big success for Mousesports' point of view. They managed to do significant damage to Navi's economy, which is still looking pretty healthy. So, you know, it's good that they keep trying to whittle them down here. But we're on Nuke as well, and just because actually it's almost worth doing in case we have new viewers out there, because it's really rare these days that we get to see Nuke. So if you don't know yet, if you're new to the game and you haven't figured it out, this is definitely a very CT-sided map. So seeing Navi up 4-1 like this is not such a big deal, but it's a shame that Mousesports couldn't pick up the 3 rounds off with the pistol that they won.
I suppose the biggest surprise is also something that you'd have to have a little bit of the background. And Zeus does manage to get a nice peek into lobby, but you have to have a bit of the background to know that Navi just never play Nuke. And one of the reasons they said, for not playing Nuke is the fact that so many teams have so much experience on this map that they didn't feel like playing catch-up. That's
like the Go version of it, but going back all the way into 1.6, they didn't play Nuke there either. That was like famously the one map they just decided not to play. So this has been going on for a very long time. Nice pick off there through the smoke onto Chris. That's the AWP gone.
No, that's the thing. I mean, again, it's kind of like when VP started to play Nuke as well. They had an excellent CT side. Now I'm curious to see like what kind of shape Navi are going to be in on their T side once they swap around and have to start getting that bomb down rather than just holding on the sites. But already they really seem to be doing some good work here with their CT side, covering the angles well. And starix, he's going to have another opportunity, gets the shoulder peek, and he does manage to shut down karrigan. That drops the bomb as well. And that's pretty sad for allu, who's the last man alive here.
Oh. There it is. So to go into why this is such a CT-sided map, I would actually say almost any team, even if you like of good players, you can put them on Nuke and they can do really well on the CT side, just as you said, covering the angles. But the flaw or the weakness in if you're not used to this, playing the CT side on Nuke, actually comes once you start losing the entry frags. Because even if you lose a player early on the CT side of this map, you can do just fine if you know how to make the proper rotations and actually move your players around quick enough. And we haven't really seen Navi be forced to do that all that much yet. So I'm kind of curious to see if Mousesports can get a few good entry frags here later in this first half, if that's going to reveal that Navi maybe aren't all that schooled on the map. We'll find out. This one's great hold coming out here on the ramp, and starix going to pick up 3 kills. It was an eco round again. So, yeah, Mousesports, they haven't had much luck putting down the bomb in the last few rounds here.
Yeah, after their early aggression coming out at the beginning of the half, yeah, they've definitely been struggling. Navi seem to have shaped up pretty nicely here.
Double AWP coming out from Mousesports. That's definitely interesting.
That's the Mousesports. That's Mousesports for you. One of them is going to peek ramp, and the other's going to go yard.
Yeah, I just hope... Yeah, so I'm not a big fan of what they're doing here because they're only putting 2 people in the ramp room, and I don't think that's enough. I think you need to have more than 2 people in case Navi go aggressive. You can't really cover all the angle with just 2 people, so not a big fan of that.
Now, we've seen in the past, they are going to be in a position to hold out here. We have allu currently boosted up on a silo, so he's going to be looking for somebody to take a peek out in the yard. Not going to have any luck with it so far.
Yeah, starix moving in, and Chris is going to go down, and nobody there to cover him. No one there to help him out at all.
With the refrag. That's a bit of a tricky position there. Chris just getting walked up on. LEGIJA, however, not sure if he got spotted or not. The hop, he must be hearing these noises. He's going to catch zeus. This is a big mistake. Does he actually turn down? Yes, he does, and LEGIJA finds Guardian as well. Could get the 3rd, but he's not going to manage it. Edward will catch him from garage and bring it back to a 3-on-3.
Now they realize Edward's out there. karrigan going to take a fight with him straight up, and it's going to come out on top. So with 35 seconds left, we have ended up in a 2-on-2, and Seized is up here on the catwalk in a pretty good position. tabseN really wants to see if he can walk out, and he's going to try and go for it, but Seized will take him down, and it's going to leave karrigan in a very uncomfortable position. He's got the bomb to pick up, try and put it down, and not even going to happen. starix waiting in squeak, and that's going to be
Go up on silo? It's too late. It's going to be too late. I think Seized actually wallbanged allu off a silo. Because that was advantage Mousesports, and then all of a sudden we're into a 2-on-2. So I'm thinking C's might have wall banged allu down. I'm not sure, but I think that's what happened. That's still pretty cool. Na'Vi really just showing some good CT play. Despite letting LEGIJA get into a bit of an awkward position there below Hell, below Catwalk, not spotting him out fast enough, so he was still able to get 2 kills. Na'Vi, you know, once they get control back, they don't give it up.
starix coming in with some really good shots here down. There was an attempted ramp push coming out. Allu's going to find a good headshot, but it's probably not going to be enough here. It's a 1-on-4 for him. He's lost control of the bomb, and Na'Vi are feeling great about what they're doing, as they should.
Oh, there's the spot, though. Allu spotted out the man on Cat. Does he see the man? Yeah, he spotted him, but that smoke, the timing there.
Pretty decisive kill onto starix, and another one following up on Zeus. Really no reason at all that Na'Vi are trying to go for this fight, because they have control of the bomb and everything else, and I guess they could want to try and take this off away from allu, which is maybe alright, but then at the least they should be pushing all at the same time, like all 4 of them. Eventually allu's going to go down. They did lose a little bit more than they needed to at this point in time, and that's going to make it 8-2... Well, no, it must be 9-1. I think the scoreboard is missing an update.
It must be 9-1 going into round 10, yeah.
Yeah. Otherwise, there's something wrong with the universe.
No.
And maths.
You're kidding.
Try and bring up the scoreboard real quick. Alright, that doesn't change anything. Fair enough. We'll try and see if we can keep counting. We should be able to count to 15. Na'Vi. Oh, Guardian falling back. Gotta be a little bit careful because they're actually up on the silo outside, so he can get caught off a little bit. But obviously, they just have pistols, including 2 Tech 9s. Now, Deagle is gone as well. C-set 75 on karrigan is going to be dropped. He did get a good shot in on Zeus, but now Seized is here to see if he can find the kill onto allu, and he's going to be successful in doing that. A little bit of crazy spray going on. Na'Vi prevailing. So now it is going to be 10-1, and the other says 9-1 here. At 10-1, Mousesports are now starting to get into a sort of tricky territory. Now they really need to win. And Semler, what if they come up with to try and win?
If 2 ops doesn't do it, go for 3. This is a rule of thumb. This is a Mousesports way of life. I love it. karrigan, chrisJ, and allu. And that's a power. I mean, karrigan can op. karrigan can op. Now we just have to see them actually get a pick. Guardian, starix, that's 2 ops down. And pretty much simultaneously across the map, they lose 2 of those AWPs. This is such an expensive round for Mousesports as well.
Oh. Well, he wins the battle, but is it too late? They've already lost 2 people. Zeus is going to come out of secret. He's not really going to catch anyone, but he's definitely very aware that someone might be there, and he actually keeps pushing up behind the red container, so maybe he's going to find allu. Anyway, tabseN look at the wrong way, and this is again the problem of not having enough people in radio. You just can't cover all the entrances, and that lost tabseN his life. He was busy looking over at radio instead of Squeak. That's actually one of the... I mean, it is really frustrating, because I feel like if you want to go into that whole radio lobby area, you need to bring at least 3 people there. The other 2 can go outside and play if they want to, but 3 people is enough to cover all the entrances. But, yeah. Na'Vi, and it's really working out for them here. They almost... I mean, I would say, as fun as it is to see a terrorist side pick up 3 orbs, that also suggests to me that maybe Mousesports aren't, like...
Are on tilt.
Yeah. Or just don't really want to play nuke all that much.
I would say that's the weird thing though, because Mousesports have experience on nuke. Like they do have experience on nuke. It just feels like that's like a real. It's not. It's like a combo desperation, ace up your sleeve kind of play for Mousesports. Like, they're never going to expect 3 ops.
Yeah, but 3 ops on the terrorist side is like it's ludicrous, basically.
Yeah, it is really. It is really just like pushing it.
Yeah, karrigan and allu, they're going to be 2-on-3 now. 1-on-3 for karrigan. He picks another kill, but he's going to go down to starix at the end. So it wasn't looking too promising to begin with, and it didn't turn out that well for them either. And unlike in the beginning when they were getting a bunch of bomb plants, even though they were losing, they've kind of stopped doing that as well. So they're getting a minimal amount of buy rounds out of what's left of this half. And that's also a problem. Obviously, they have the consecutive round loss bonus, so they can still do a good job here. But you can see allu doesn't have a rifle currently.
allu forcing it. Wants to get the full nades, it seems like. This is brutal. Now there's going to be the Molotov to block that push coming through. Spray from Seized. Does he control it? Yes, he does. Predicts the movement and catches chrisJ as well. Mousesports, they just run right into the blender despite Seized being completely blind. Zeus holding solid on the site itself. And now LEGIJA, the last man alive, 1v5. The bomb dropped in the middle of no man's land. There's no way he's getting close enough to pick that bomb up.
How to ineffectively rush the squeak door by Mousesports. That is going to be a 13-1 scoreline, currently moving into the 14th round for Na'Vi here on the CT side, and they are doing a very impressive job. And C's definitely, yeah, that is nice that he can just see that coming, even though the flashbang hits pretty soon after he gets the first kill.
Yeah.
Mousesports only being kept alive here by their round loss bonus. That's pretty much it.
Exactly. That's what's allowing them to get... I mean, they're getting a full $3,400 per round. So they need to be... I mean, they're just going to try and keep the pressure up despite not getting the plants. But they have 2 rounds left here in this half, and they desperately need both rounds. 12-3, even for Nuke, 12-3 is tough. It's really hard to come back from.
Yeah.
You're not leaving yourself a whole lot of room to work with on your CT side.
The reason why you want 3 rounds or more is because you want to be able to kind of lose the pistol round and still do something. So at 3 rounds, you actually can't really afford to do that. If you have 4 or 5, you can actually lose the pistol round and still make like a ridiculous comeback, as we've seen over and over again. So I feel like once you dip below 3 rounds, it's that whole buffer is gone, and you're just playing like off of like a raw 14, 15 round comeback.
Exactly. You're playing off that pistol. And if you lose that pistol, you know, good night. Zeus is going to find the beginning frag here, the entry frag. starix catches chrisJ, who was lurking in the corner up in radio. That's not going to work. And Na'Vi, man, I'm really impressed with their CT side here so far on Nuke. Like we said, this is a map that you never see Na'Vi play. But it seems like after Gamescom, that was it. They made up their minds. They're like, never again.
Well, I am impressed, but I'm also a little bit disappointed in that Mousesports haven't shown us more things than they did, essentially, during this first half. Because I mean, their fights outside in yard could have been much better. And like some of the most basic things that we used to see on Nuke, smoking off the whole of the courtyard and then getting into secret, right? Maybe leaving one person in the back of lobby who can like come in and backstab through vents or something like that. But there's these smoke strats that we just haven't seen from Mousesports. Be kind of interested to see if they're going to do it here in the... Because they are all... Well, they're bringing a couple of people outside and 3 inside the lobby, actually.
chrisJ actually has his AWP this time around as well. I'm curious to see where he's taking it, though. It seems like he's kind of lurking. But Zeus is going to find LEGIJA. That was out in the yard. LEGIJA trying to get below heaven once again. starix finds a headshot on tabseN as that smoke goes up. So sick shot there from him.
That was definitely absurd.
This is the Na'Vi show. chrisJ gets caught in the hut, seized, playing dog just perfectly.
Yeah, so, and karrigan just looking away at the wrong time. That's just unfortunate. That's going to be a 14-1 scoreline for Na'Vi. Kind of a statement to send, and I really think Mousesports, like the lack of smoke strats that are pretty common on Nuke, and the idea of buying 3 orbs. I would say even the idea of buying 2 orbs is stretching it on this side of Nuke. Like on the CT side, maybe. I would even prefer like orb and auto sniper if you really came down to it, but you could go for 2 orbs on CT side Nuke. But on T side, I'm just not even sure what it accomplishes. And I'm not even sure 3 orbs would accomplish.
It's like 3 points on the map, but the problem is that they lose those points. That's the thing. Not even one of those ops picks up a frag when Mousesports go for it. They could really make it work, but it comes down to not missing that initial shot before the element of surprise is gone. Yeah.
So currently...
oh, wait, does he make that jump?
And I think his teammate was laughing at him. I think starix was just like having a good time looking at Guardian failing it. Now are they gonna keep boosting? Because they're actually all on the hut. No, they run in. Fair enough. They just charge in as they get up on the marshmallow, and it's gonna be LEGIJA picking up 1, 2, and 3. Finally goes down. karrigan is gonna pick up the last 2 kills, and Mousesports will at least win the pistol round. And that was kind of a do or die situation. So now, I mean, the actual fact is that Mousesports can come back and win this game. As ridiculous as it sounds.
They can.
It definitely won't be easy, but they could do it.
No, not by any stretch, but it's possible. What's cool, I mean, Na'Vi basically, they clearly had an idea behind that rush. It just seems like they weren't quite able to check all the angles that they needed to before getting mowed down. And this is what I was curious about, because the CT side, we've seen it in the past with teams who don't really play Nuke that much or at all. It's like their CT side can actually be quite good. But when it comes to the T side, that's when they really start to struggle. Because they haven't quite had as much work on it to refine, as much time to refine their T side. So now, do Na'Vi actually manage to get those 2 rounds?
I don't know. Allu is actually already tagged up quite a bit. Guardian is out here as well. They've really got to be careful.
Yeah, Allu's got that scout, goes for the jump.
What? He got that as well. LEGIJA is going to be able to get a free kill in there on to starix. Waiting for another one here is karrigan with the P90. Turns around 180. And actually, it's going to be LEGIJA to help him out with that kill, but he probably would have got it anyway. And C's goes down, so Flawless round from Mousesports, even though there was some good damage done onto them in the beginning. Allu, I think he had 3 scout shots outside, like consecutively without losing anyone or dropping any kills there. It's kind of insane.
Now it's all about landing 2 of those shots on the same guy.
Yeah, he spread it too thinly.
I mean, spread the love, sure, man, but you gotta get the job done somewhere. You gotta lock it down. Now, Na'Vi, though, this is going to be a hard eco round from them. So it looks like they really want to have as much money as they possibly can here in the next round. So no backing off. Allu with the headshot. There you go. No Kevlar. If he can just land those shots, it's going to be karrigan with the Pro 90 to pick up the kill on Edward by T-Red. Still a man lurking behind, and it's going to be C's getting picked up. karrigan is just having a field day right now. Triple kill, quad kill, and there you have it. Mousesports locked down that 4th round. Now we have the buy round, but there's not enough money for an AWP on Na'Vi because of that buy in the 2nd round here. So Guardian, it's going to be another round before he really gets that time to shine.
Oh, 14-4. Still some distance to go. 12 rounds in a row from here on out. Kind of curious to see what Na'Vi are going to pull out for us here. They've already stacked a couple of people inside, so 3 of them and not less, which makes me personally quite happy. They still have to find a way to deal with Allu outside with the AWP, and flashes and smokes are definitely a good idea. There's some nice return grenades. karrigan picking up 2 quick kills on Guardian and Seas before he finally goes down. He was pretty much playing quite far forward.
He had a very far forward. Yeah, exactly. He was very far forward there. Allu does find Edward in the end, so hunts him down. 2-man advantage here for Mousesports, but karrigan, I like that forward play as well on CT side. You know, it seems like Mousesports are going to have to go for some aggressive CT side to really just try and catch Na'Vi off guard, not let Na'Vi get too comfortable. That time it works out marvelously. Chris is going to manage to pick up the frag on Zeus. It's just starix now working his way in through A main, but problem is he doesn't really have the bomb. Shot on the tabseN there.
And unlike Mousesports, which at least started their first half with getting a bunch of bomb plants, even if they weren't winning, Na'Vi aren't really accomplishing that. So, I mean, there is obviously a bigger chance for Na'Vi to win this game if they can have more buy rounds on their T half than Mousesports did. And bomb plants are just a really integral part of that. So right now, I mean, Mousesports, but if you just forget about the first half, Mousesports are potentially doing a better job than Na'Vi were, to begin with anyway. But they obviously have very little room to fail.
They don't have, yeah, exactly. Very little. It's just like they lose 1 round. And
then they fight for overtime.
Yeah, it gets awkward really quickly. But still, I mean, when you have to take this many rounds in a row, even for CT side nuke, that's rough.
Look at Edward actually pulling out the bomb while in the hut still. He just wants to get in here, and they'd put down a smoke for it. So this is a very clear indication that Na'Vi have done their homework. That smoke which they put up at the edge of the bomb site, and that bomb site actually extends pretty close to the hut, was Edward's attempt to try and run in there and get the bomb down. So we have clear evidence that Na'Vi have actually been working on nuke. That is interesting.
Oh, dude, there's no doubt. That's just I mean, it's a shame because in the basically CT side, if you're standing outside the smoke, you're going to see the person. So maybe Edward got a little bit mussed up as to where he was, because I'm sure he's supposed to be planning full in the smoke there, but maybe he takes like 1 step too many and he's just barely showing. And there you have it. Na'Vi don't get the plant. They still have a pretty decent buy. Mousesports, though, playing Mousesports, basically. Their style. Double off hold on the CT side for them. chrisJ and Allu both with the sniper rifle.
Yeah, don't mind that too much. I think on the CT side, it makes a lot more sense. Especially because they're covering ramp and courtyard. So those are the 2 places you'd want to cover, and Seized is already gone.
Oh, he spotted that, man. He spotted Edward as well. Edward, he sees the gun barrel. Edward trying to bait that shot out so bad, but he's going to get it in the end. Allu, 2 kills. Guardian finally strikes back, but they still have the man advantage, Mousesports.
Oh.
Was that starix getting legged through the smoke?
Yeah, I think it was. Grenade, not going to be far enough where it lands on the other side of the door, essentially. Molotov to follow. That could be good enough here. Guardian takes a little bit of damage. starix is still going to be safe. Yeah, no problem yet. Tech9 here on Chris. He's going to try and fall back. He does have the open. If they try and get in here, well, he's going to pick up the quick kill on Zeus. And also now time is getting a little bit low here for Na'Vi.
It's just brutal. Oh, and they're going for this as well. karrigan just hiding down in Toxic. Chris doesn't even have to fight this hard right now because they've got the failsafe. They've got the man just lurking in that site. 18 seconds left, though, and Na'Vi have decided to back off from this take.
Yeah. And that kind of play with karrigan down there is something that Titan, when they still played a lot on Nuke, were kind of good at actually predicting when it was time to give up on ramp and just leave one guy there. Had for a while a pretty good success rate, but there are also a lot of teams to figure out how to counter it because there are lots of counters to it. But it's still a pretty good idea.
It is. I mean, they made it an integral part of their CT hold as well. Like they wouldn't even have a guy in ramp. They'd basically focus a lot of their defense around the A side and upper, and then just leave that one guy down there as like the security guard, basically.
I'm realizing as well there's something satisfying about the fact that karrigan and allu are playing on the same team, because there was actually a point in 2013 when allu was playing and karrigan, they were both playing at the same time, but actually karrigan was sort of secretly standing in for allu on his account, and not many people knew about it. So, and I remember seeing lots of praises where allu was like, "Oh, allu's playing so well," and actually it was karrigan playing. So,
Did you just give away a secret that was not supposed to be given?
No. I'm pretty sure like a large part of at least the pro community realized, but that's just like, and it's a long time ago anyway, so I'm not even sure what it would affect. But it's still pretty fun to see them playing in the same team now.
That's pretty. Yeah. Okay. Well, teamwork, right? They have history.
Yeah. I mean, now obviously they can't both be karrigan unless he's like much better than we thought and playing on 2 computers at the same time.
Yeah, I was about to say, how would that work? You know, like multi-boxing. Multi-boxing in an FPS. That takes some skill.
Oh! All right, high in the sky and just gets shot down. He was soaring through the air, and allu apparently is a pretty good hunter there. He's going to get wrecked, essentially. tabseN trying to take a few shots through the smoke, and karrigan is going to get dropped Zeus here. So starix 3 health against 3 members. Well, doesn't work out so well. allu with a triple kill, but that shot midair. It was beautiful.
Yeah, that was a thing of beauty. But the follow-up as well, and the man holding it main.
Did we get to see it? Yes. Guardian is like, Frida, and then he's gone.
And then I love the double take from him. He's just like, oh, wait, there's another one. Yeah, that was really nicely done there. And Mousesports slowly but surely coming back into this. It's looking a lot like Na'Vi did on their CT side, just so solid. 3 guys surviving as well means that their economy isn't going to just take that massive hit. We're still going to, I mean, they're still going to be able to drop fairly consistently. chrisJ finds the entry, but it's going to be an eco round out of Na'Vi, so it's not the end of the world. Na'Vi, they don't have that wild side though. They don't believe in the number 9. They believe in the number 5.
Apparently so. I am curious.
The 5 and the 7. Except that it's not the 5-7, it's the 7-5, but whatever.
So, actually, because of this double up setup, and not just because I generally think Vendetta is pretty good at reading the game, and he's a big fan of this whole idea of rushing A.
Oh yeah.
But you know you're up against 2 orbs, rushing A makes even more sense. And so I kind of hope we can see Na'Vi do this through Squeak, where Guardian is now, and then everyone else through Hut. You can do it a number of different ways, but like, yeah, I feel like that makes a lot of sense.
All right, so Guardian going to draw the attention, trying to get the information basically so that Edward can walk in and get the frag. He's not going to do it though, and karrigan may very well get overwhelmed. He's down to 7 HP, playing a dangerous game here. Waits for the door to open, but LEGIJA is actually going to pick up the frag.
Still pretty, nerves of steel here coming out from karrigan, not afraid at all. AWP for Guardian suggests it's probably not going to be a rush, but if he feels like he can outdo Chris at the ramp or allu out in the garage, then why not? And he probably can as well. Just one opening kill like that could make a pretty big difference. Lots of other things here that can work out. I mean, I would love to see Na'Vi just try either that smoke strat, for instance, we were talking about outside with Mousesports, that they never actually did, or yeah. Or something along those lines.
And they're going for it again. karrigan, look at his position. He's right below Silo. Mousesports, again with the forward positioning here. Really cool. They haven't done it in several rounds, so Na'Vi, they could very well get caught off guard, but that's not the focus this round here for Na'Vi. Na'Vi, they've gathered up in radio, in lobby, and it's going to be the smokes, the flashes, and it looks like they may be going for a concerted take here on the A site.
2 people inside the bomb site with rifles. If they can just get a quick kill on somebody, it's going to work out great here. Edward charging through and jumping, still picks up the kill. Now it's all on LEGIJA. He has to pick up at least 1 kill, and preferably even a little bit more than that. He's going to get the 1. karrigan is there to help out. That drops the bomb. He's coming up from behind, and he's going to get another one. Gets a 3rd one as well, and that's going to leave Edward just as Na'Vi were ready to spring the trap and get into the bomb site, and they probably would have as well. karrigan just ruins their day. And that was the other side of the coin to that forward position, Samla.
Yeah, exactly. He pushes into T-spawn. Again, how many times can you expect the guy to push all the way into T-spawn like that? That's heartbreaking for Na'Vi. Like, Of all the maps, you know, it's like, okay, maybe you don't as often watch your back on nuke, but still, karrigan pushing in with the perfect timing as well, because it's only LEGIJA alive on that A site to stop Na'Vi from taking it, and Na'Vi already had control. They could have got the bomb in there and got that plant. There isn't much karrigan could have done to stop it, or LEGIJA, that is. But karrigan with the perfect timing to stop that bomb from rotating into that site. Just so sick.
Well, we've gone from Mousesports needing a 12-round comeback, basically, to them just needing another 6 rounds here. And Na'Vi don't even feel like they've been close. Like, we haven't even been down to, like, a, you know, one-on-one, where maybe this time it's Na'Vi's turn. No, Mousesports really have shut the door on them here.
Well, you feel like, I mean, last round feels like a bit of a stretch. I mean, if karrigan isn't there, that should be, by all rights, Na'Vi's round. Yeah. Still, Chris does not miss the first shot. Takes the peek again, but Guardian finds the headshot with the AK, and this now is a 4-on-4. Na'Vi going to be able to get down to this lower side fairly quickly. tabseN, though, he's right behind him, and he drops the bomb carrier again. Na'Vi get cut short.
Oh, man, this is going to be really frustrating. As starix is the only one left. He spots the gun barrel, I think, then, and does some good damage to tabseN, but he's going to take even more, and tabseN coming up with a very cool backstab. And
Mousesports showed no fear pushing on the CT side. Just absolutely no fear. They just go. And if you give them, if you're not watching your back, that's 2 rounds in a row now where Na'Vi, they could have got onto that lower site last round. But the bomb just gets caught at the last second. Just Mousesports, back-to-back 6 saves. And now what happens? Na'Vi, I mean, they're going to go for a buy. Straight AK, sure, but they're limited on the nades.
Ooh. Guardian with a good opening kill. Edward charging in here. He's going to be quick into main and sprays down on LEGIJA, but he doesn't get the kill, and he's going to go down to allu. What a big missed opportunity. I kind of feel like if he had committed to that, he really could have made that work.
Yeah, it seemed like a second hesitation there. Cost Edward big. And now the problem is Na'Vi are boxed in again. chrisJ's on the other side of this smoke. He doesn't have an AWP, though. He's got that M4A1. Changes up the angle with the incendiary as well. chrisJ
realizes there could be a flashbang following here. Just trying to hide behind this big box. Is going to be falling back eventually. Still got plenty of time for Na'Vi to see if they can make an opening. And actually, Guardian is going to take that. Well, Guardian's going to go down. Sorry, allu looking for one more kill and is going to find it. Seized, I think, made his way. He made his way in through main. He could do this if they can get in and get the bomb down. It's not impossible.
And tabseN lurking in the vents, though. They don't have anybody apart from... They don't actually have anybody. There you go. allu actually gets caught out in the yard. Seized hunting him down. But tabseN, does he hit the right timing coming up from the vents?
Or are they going to go down the vents to find him? That's the big question here. It looked like starix was maybe thinking about taking a dive in towards the B-bomb site. And there it is. Plant finally goes down for the first time in a lot of rounds here for Na'Vi. It's a 2-on-2 retake. Mousesports side. 1 grenade in, another grenade out of the vents, and look at the movement here from chrisJ. He's still going to go down. He dodged them so perfectly. And now starix is in a horrible position in here. Timing is going to be everything for Mousesports, but this is definitely in their advantage here. starix gets the 1 kill. He gets the second one, turns 180, and that's going to be Na'Vi making a map point for themselves. That was a long time coming, but it finally goes through.
Man, they finally do it, and it's fitting as well when it actually happens. Seized, I thought Seized actually had the perfect position to deal with that push coming in from Mousesports as well to hold off vents. But the fact that starix is the one to clinch it 1v2 like that, when it's all or nothing, that's just magnificent. A little bit of a... It seems like execution error coming out from Mousesports at the end as well. The man coming in towards Cat was just a second too late. Might have got caught up on the ladder for a number of reasons. He was just a second too late, and that made the difference. starix should have been caught in a crossfire, but instead he got that series of 1v1s.
I mean, the fact that he dodged the flashbang so well to begin with, seized by the vents there, also meant that he should have had such a good opportunity to do it. But I mean, Na'Vi came out on top anyway, so pretty fortunate there. Now Mousesports needs to win 4 rounds in a row, which doesn't seem like such a big task considering what they just have done. But obviously any mistake here is going to be pretty big. LEGIJA with some confident shooting. Made that look almost a little bit slow, but like very, very precise.
Yeah, now all of a sudden Mousesports, it's really going to show. Like that 1 round, they consider that to be a fluke.
Yeah, but the thing is, if they win this next one, Na'Vi are going to have such a bad economy for the rest of the game, basically, or the rest of this map.
Yeah, that's where it's all... What it's all hinging on right now. Na'Vi, they need to find 2 frags, and it's not easy. They do still have control of the bomb, though, so it's not as if it's dropped in an awkward spot. Guardian up on the edge, though, is just going to get edged out by tabseN. This is not looking good. Zeus does manage to find a return frag, takes out chrisJ, but LEGIJA will shut it down. karrigan as well picks up another frag, so it's going to be Mousesports bouncing right back into this. And Na'Vi, now we can see the state of their economy. It's going to come down to the last round, potentially. Or the before last.
They probably will try and see if they can't force it up just to make sure that they don't, that they have like one more round to try and play around with. But if they do that and they don't win it, then the 30th round is going to be like pistol armor, basically. So it still will be pretty disappointing.
What do they decide to go for, though, when it's all on one round? What do they actually decide to make the call for? That's going to be really interesting. Because right now, Na'Vi are kind of gathered up. Zeus kind of dancing around in main is going to take some damage, though. That's a bit scary. They're kind of spread out at this point, but Edward does find allu out in the yard, so allu gets overwhelmed. karrigan, however, holding in main. This should be ideal for him. Catches them just on the edge and doesn't actually manage to do any damage.
Any kill matters at this point. It's really good that Edward got that kill. They need more. They need all the money they can get, because if they get just enough, I bet you they're going to force up in the 29th round as opposed to the 30th. Just makes a lot more sense.
No, starix. Oh, they walk away. The timing there is incredible. Both players making their move at the same time, and starix manages to make it out of there intact. LEGIJA down to 6 HP, though. That's a scary situation for him. Right now, I do like that Na'Vi, they've managed to pick up the AWP that they caught off of allu. Can they actually put it to use, though? LEGIJA, oh man, he's got 6 HP, and he catches Edward off.
And they're trying to wrap around him still. Are they going to be successful? They actually, tabseN walks right in, and they saw where Zeus is as well, so he's going to go down. And Mousesports managed to handle the round just fine.
Nice recovery there. I don't know if this is enough. It seems like it's going to be enough. They're going to make it enough, Na'Vi. They're going to go for it.
Yeah, I don't really blame them, because
it's incredibly scary to put it all on.
Well, the thing is, plus, I mean, either way, they're going to have a pistol, armor round. It's either this one or the next one. They could have bought pistol armor here and then fully bought the last round. It doesn't really matter. You're just switching up the order. But I think psychologically, maybe it feels a little bit better trying to make your last stand here as opposed to the last one. allu, quick flick on Edward, even though he just unscoped. Guardian is pretty close, and he could pick up this kill. He's going to take his time, but he does it. In the meantime, seized has actually been taken out by karrigan. So this is still not looking too cool. Mousesports are 3 kills away from being just on the edge of overtime.
Yeah, exactly. Na'Vi now gathering back up again. tabseN, he's listening basically to hear if he hears anybody or if he can catch anybody out just like that. Guardian now overstaying his welcome. Molotov from Chris is going to slow things down. Zeus taking a bit of damage, but that splits him. This is really awkward for Na'Vi. I mean, sure, starix is making sure they can't get backstabbed, but starix is also the bomb carrier. Zeus taking point like this, if he leaves that bomb up there and starix gets caught.
Plus, they know exactly where Zeus is. He's made so much noise coming in here, so easy kill for karrigan, though he did take some damage on himself there, but
Zeus found that run and gun headshot. If he had an AK, that would have been different.
Big situation here. If he can get the bomb down, starix, that would make such a difference for Na'Vi, but it's not going to happen. That $800 bonus, well, we'll see here in the 30th round, which is coming up, how much it would have made. So yeah, they would have definitely been able to go in for like Galil armor instead. Now they're going to be at pistol armor, almost all of them. One guy buying an AK and throwing it over to seized, who's then gonna buy up here. So yeah, lack of bomb plant is hurting them.
Guardian with just enough. Yeah, exactly. That bonus $800 would have made a world of difference here.
Yeah.
We would have had some Galils to work with, a couple AKs. Instead, tabseN is going to take a whole lot of fall damage. That's a mistake that you shouldn't be making, honestly.
No, you definitely don't want to do that.
That's a bit of a Pyth ladder right there.
If Mousesports can't win this final round, that would be the most painful thing ever. If you what was the first half score? Was it 14-1?
Yep.
If you find your way back from 14-1 and then lose in the 30th round, you're never going to forgive yourself. Oh, here the smokes finally. Well, actually, they're still going to go back inside, but I think that's just a kind of a diversion. They're throwing like the classic smokes that would have been thrown for an outside push, which is what no team has done yet, to actually try and get down to secret from that passage. So I think they're trying to fake out Mousesports a little bit here, but as they all rode, round into ramp, they're making so much noise that definitely Mousesports know what's up here, and they're just going to fall back to more defensive positions. And this is This is the kind of rotation you want on the CT side of this map.
This is really clever by Edward as well. He's going to get shut down by karrigan, but he was lurking in A site. Now chrisJ, he was going to go up and peek for ramp, but he takes a bullet to the face instead. Zeus coming so close to picking him up. Seized with the AK. starix gets another kill. Is this happening? Na'Vi, 30th round. They've got a man advantage, and Chris is so low, but there's the bomb plant. And did they actually manage it? Yes, they did! Oh!